That's a fast intro there.
Oh, 1 minute.
A 5-second intro.
There you go. Well, it's still on the first commercial.
Yeah, that's one reason I like to wait for a good while, because some commercials, like the one I had on Vineyard Chicks yesterday, it was non-skippable for 2 minutes.
Oh no!
So I missed the first 2 minutes. I had to go back and watch it.
Mm.
And it's nothing that creators do. We don't have any control over it. We can't kind of have control over it, but we don't know what ad they're going to put on or how long the ad is and things like that.
True. Very true.
Especially those who are not monetized. They don't have any control at all.
Well.
Oh yeah.
Did you say that True Grit was wanting to do another interview, or was that me dreaming?
No, a lot of people was wanting them to have them back up again.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. It was their first one of these, so they enjoyed it.
There you go. Well, if they in chat, and if y'all do decide to collaborate and do another one, I like to be at the end of it.
Well, I tried that.
I know you did, but giving me like a 2 or 3 hour notice, it don't work for me. You know that.
Well, I figured since you were in chat and you asked, I was like, and I sent you a message, check your email.
I didn't see that message at all. I really didn't. You should have said, Jeff, check your email. Instead of typing.
I may have.
But anyway.
Good evening, everybody.
I hope everybody is having an awesome evening, because I know mine shot all to pieces.
Pretty good Monday.
It is Monday, ain't it? At least
it's Monday. Hey, Vineyard Dad and Grape Jams, and I thought I seen the girls in here too. I wasn't sure.
I thought I did too.
Vester, Dana B.
Vineyard Dad, before I forget it, I want to go ahead and be in on this collaboration also.
Well, you got to send them an email though.
Okay.
That way it's it's cemented in type of thing.
Okay. I got no problem with that. I will send y'all the email after we done here.
Yeah, that's since I got my seeds finally, which weather's been wonky, so it probably didn't help the mail service.
Well, now, can you do a little bit of both, or does it have to be like either vegetables, or does it have to be herbs?
No, you can do either or. And that's what I'm gonna go over the differences in the two, because
I've never grew any herbs.
Yeah, and some of these, a couple of them you can do in the house.
Okay,
they're not going to go crazy, but you can still do them in the house. some of the herb, because I went and got, I think 40 different seeds for medical herbs. And I switched one out, the wormwood. I wanted to make sure, and if somebody picked it, they had to do some research on it. I could tell them on it and everything, but I wanted to make sure it was safer. And there are some side effects to wormwood, being the way you prepare it and stuff like that. I don't want somebody to grow something and all of a sudden they take it and I'm better, it's a miracle type thing. With anything, you have to do research on herbs, just like you would take medication. You have to make sure the side effects won't go with any other medication you're on and stuff like that.
Oh, I forgot about all that.
Yeah. And most of them, like I said, most of these right here are pretty safe, because that's the wormwood is really good though. But you have to know what you're doing, kind of.
Well, now, would you go and ask your doctor to be on the safe side if you're doing herbs like that? Or would the doctors lie to you and say, no, it ain't none of it good?
It all depends on the doctor, but even when the doctor gives you medicine, don't say, "Yee-hoo, I get new medicine and it's going to make me good."
Yeah.
Do your research on it. Ask the pharmacist, because the pharmacist will actually know more than the doctor the majority of the time of what you can take with it and what you can't take with it. And like Jeff, that we can't have grapefruit because we're high blood pressure meds. It basically turns it off.
Exactly.
So, which is bad.
And I like grapefruit.
Oh, so do I. I eat it like oranges.
Now I can sit there and eat a bag of oranges by myself. I don't know if that's good or bad for my condition, but I'm gonna tell you, it tastes so good.
But I wanted to go over some of the seeds in this my end of the collaboration, and that's the thing. If you don't want to, you're already growing the stuff, the 6 seeds from the Vineyard Chicks. You can still do the herb stuff, because the herb thing is you get a bucket and you plant it in the bucket, and that's pretty much it. Or a pot or something, because a lot of this is you don't need a lot of space. That's the good thing about herbs, the majority of the time, unless you're trying to harvest the root of the plant. You need a bigger area, that way you can grow a lot of it to harvest the roots. Like, I've got an area in the front of my house where I plant dandelions. You may think that's weird and everything, but springtime comes, I have dandelions in my flower bed. Dandelions are good because the whole thing is, you can use the whole thing.
Yeah, from flower to root.
Yep. And although there are different times when you harvest dandelion, you can harvest the roots and stuff in the springtime, but it's better to do that in the fall time. And the leaves for, just a simple salad are better in the spring. And so forth. I'll probably end up have to buy some more seeds because there's the seeds that I've got, which here, let me get the purple one so you can actually see. Well, you can't really see it because everything's green. I could turn my green screen off for a minute though.
What, get rid of your bunker?
It's not a real bunker.
Oh,
Are you kidding me? So you're not in a bunker?
Okay. I'll go over the seeds real quick. And one of the easiest ones to grow, well, boy, that is really bright. Lemon balm.
That's all right.
It's the easiest one. There's a warning behind it. Wherever you grow it, the next year when it comes up, it's going to take over where it's growing.
Oh, really?
So it's kind of like mint.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That's basically what it is. It's in the mint family.
Okay.
The next one is feverfew.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, and many people already see this. There are copies of this. That's why it's good to know the plant, and even better if you're growing it, you can study it a lot better to know which ones to get.
What are some uses of that?
Well, I'm gonna go over that after I get through the seeds. Next one is oregano. I swapped I put this one in instead of the wormwood. Yeah, and oregano, you can use it as a spice, but one of the best things to use it for, to make a tincture for it, is its own antibiotic and stuff like that. And this is actually mentioned in the Bible.
Really?
Hyssop? Yeah, I got it right that time.
Oh, I've heard of that one.
Yeah, and it's a cleansing herb. So it has many different properties in it.
Hey, dude, I think one of your bulbs blowed out in your bunker there.
Oh, that way. But I'll go over the hyssop first. Now it looks just like a regular flower, purple flower and stuff. But you can make tinctures from it and whatnot. It grows from 1 to 2 feet tall. Now the benefits from this, where did I have this at? It's good for internal problems, including liver, gallbladder conditions, intestinal pain, intestinal gas, colic, loss of appetite. It's also good for the respiratory system, for coughs, common colds, respiration infections, sore throats, and asthma. This plant does a lot.
It's like a super plant.
Yeah. And myself, I'm going to try. Hopefully, I can get enough to do tinctures on each and every one of these.
When you say a tincture, what exactly does that mean?
It's usually it's with alcohol, but you can actually use like olive oil, good olive oil, not something from Walmart in a plastic jug.
Yeah.
But like the oregano, I did a video on it where you just dry your oregano out, or you can even use it wet or while it's still green, as long as you chop it real good, and then you stuff it in a jar and you put olive oil with it and let it set for 6 weeks. And then you strain it and put it in a dauber. And then if you're feeling bad, it'll boost your immunity, because it's basically its own type of antibiotic. And all this is educational purposes only.
Yes.
And like I always say, do the research before you take any of this stuff, because it's just like, you know, something you would feed your animals. You would check, say, can my dog eat peanuts? You know,
Yep.
you do a research to find out if your dog can eat peanuts. It's the same thing with you.
Robert is he is in a competition with pinball, trying to grow 1 ton of food.
Ooh, that's a lot.
You know, yeah, that's a lot.
Not really. Potatoes is the easiest way to do it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that would eat up some weight.
Yeah.
Well, the way he described it, I think is like it's going to be a mixture, you know, not just one thing.
Yeah.
It's a good challenge.
Because just tomatoes and potatoes that's pretty much your weight. And you got cucumbers, you got squash,
Watermelon.
It's really not that hard.
No.
I did last year, I almost did 500 pounds.
Really?
That's good.
Yeah. No, it was a little over 500, I do believe.
Well, you still had 1,500 more to go.
I need to make sure I weigh mine this year. I didn't do that. I need to start doing that.
And watermelons are heavy.
Yeah.
Watermelon rind. That is, oh my God. That
Pickled?
Yes. If y'all never had none.
Yeah. I'll be back in a second.
Watermelon rind is about like it's pickled watermelon rind. That's all it is. But it's got a taste to it you can't beat. You would fall in love with it.
Yeah. It's really hard to describe unless you had it.
Yeah. It tastes about like a pickle, but I want to say bread and butter pickle.
Oh, I wanted to make sure that chicken was put up, because cats and chicken don't mix. Well, they do, and that's the problem.
Well, he's put up. I don't see him in the bunker. No way.
But yeah, if you want in on the challenge, all you have to do is send me an email, and all you have to do is pretty much make a video of you getting the seeds, or you're planting the seeds, or something in that nature, and then you'll be added to a playlist on my channel and a playlist on the Vineyard Chicks. And then you can do it, and it doesn't have to be, you know, a fancy video to where you have sound effects or graphic stuff flying over the screen or anything like that. You can do it just a regular short, just to show that you're actually doing it. And it's always good. I always say it's good to show people how you're doing, how you do it. And that way somebody else that's never done it before comes across your video and sees it. Well, that doesn't look too hard. I can do that. And then they do it and they grow something. That's the whole purpose of it.
And there's so many people from different regions seeing how it's done in a different region. Yeah.
Yeah.
You never know who you'd inspire.
Now there's some places that we can't ship seeds to. I do know Canada, we can kind of get away with it somewhat. But a lot of times, if you actually say what it is, it'll get stopped at customs and it won't get to the person. Yeah, Robert, I was thinking about doing mullein because I actually got seeds for mullein. But it's kind of hard to start it from seed, other than it naturally going into your yard, because if you try planting, it's harder than it happening in its own steam. Because I've went and collected the seeds and everything, and I've tried growing it in the house. I've actually grew it and everything, but it is harder. And then you
or
like
I hope
like
that's a joke.
like if you you grow it for the root, you want the second year, because you'll get a much bigger root from it. The first year is good for the leaves. The second year is good for the root and the flowers.
A Harvest Mary Moon asked a pretty good question. Where can you get mullein seeds?
From mullein.
I mean, do they sell them in stores, or you just
Yeah, the place that at the moment I'm in talks with them, trying to get them to sponsor the challenge or the collaboration.
Okay.
But you can just search for mullein seeds, and there's plenty of places.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong on what I'm fixing to say. Just because you see a plant out there and you think it's mullein, it may not be mullein. And there is a certain way to check it to make sure it is mullein. I think you take your fingernail and kind of poke a little hole in it. And if it comes out white, milky substance, that would be mullein. Am I right with that?
Not so much. I mean, there are a couple, and once it gets like the full the second year, you can spot it right away. The young plants you have to watch, because there are some copycats that kind of look like it. But the milky stuff, it's like a lettuce of some sort. I forget what it's called.
Art Wildman says that's wild lettuce.
Yeah. There's a name for it too, but I can't remember the name of it.
Like poke salad?
No. Mullein is basically cowboy toilet paper.
Oh.
It's nice and soft and whatnot. Here, I can get a picture of it.
Seems like I've heard of it.
I've done videos on it and stuff. Here, let me get it. Come on, let's go.
Robert says mullein is also for respiratory.
Oh yeah, it's really good for that. You can, and I'm again, educational purposes. You can smoke it You put it in a tea. You can make a salve from the flowers. You can dry out the root and use the root.
Wow.
Do you have a banner saying for
That that's kind of worse.
oh, is it?
Yeah, I get hit more for using a banner than I do without one.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, see, this is a.
Hold on. I think I've seen that around here.
Ain't that the mullein plant, the first one right there? Yeah.
Yeah, all these are mullein. The thing is, that these right here are, let me find better pictures. These are 2-year plants.
I got you.
These are a 1-year plant. I don't know if you guys can see my mouse down here.
Yeah.
Well, now I got the 2-year plant without the yellow flowers on them.
Sometimes they don't produce a flower. I've seen plenty of them. They'll have the stalk up there and everything, but they don't produce a flower.
I got 2 or 3 of them like that around the yard that don't do flowers or has not done flowers. But then again, I didn't know what mullein was until I got up with this crew on here and heard y'all talking about it. And that was, what, 2 years ago?
Yeah, and this is where you get the seeds from. After the flowers die off, you'll see these little things sticking up out of the ground.
Okay.
Here's another one over here. But if you take these, because the seeds are really small, and I usually clip the top and then put it in a bag, and then just me moving around will jostle a lot of seeds out of it.
Now, from the time you plant the seed until it becomes a flower, how long are we talking about?
2 years.
Okay, and then from the time it becomes a flower till it grows to a stalk.
Well, that's the flower.
Okay.
Because it'll just be this thing at first.
Right. That's
that
what
little thing on the ground. Once it goes to produce the second year, it shoots up a stalk for the flowers.
Okay.
Now I don't. Art, does it live past 2 years? I've had a lot of people tell me that they don't live, but I've seen them live like 3-4 years in a row. And somebody says, no, they don't live past the second year. But I've seen them grow or continue growing after that second year.
I just looked it up. It's a very widely grown plant around the world, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
And it's more on the coastal side in the North Georgia. I swear I've seen that somewhere around here before.
Yeah. Now, I probably should. Now, if you're not too interested in the herb part of it, and I would like to see a lot of people toward the end of the collaboration, which I think it's over in October. I do believe. I would like to see a few people doing some tinctures on it, on whatever they grow, and since I don't have very many seeds, I'm gonna you out of these seeds, you pick out which one you want, and I would say probably the easiest one out of the bunch is lemon balm, because if you can't grow lemon balm, because that stuff, oh man, it grows wild.
What all would you use lemon balm for?
Oh, there's so much for lemon balm. one thing, you know, these people that do X-rays and stuff like that, and the MRIs or E's or whatever it's called,
Yeah.
that are around radiation a lot. They actually drink a lot of this tea because it cleanses radiation from your body. And again,
Oh, really?
educational purposes only.
Yeah.
Not only that, if you make tinctures from it, it'll actually help you sleep at night. It's a nerve calmer. If you're having panic attacks, it can aid in that. You just take the dropper and put it under your tongue or on your tongue, and it can, you know, help with the panic attacks and stuff, anxiety, that kind of stuff, because it's a calmer.
Hello, Miss Lake.
Yeah, there's
I'm
so many
definitely gonna look
benefits.
into that.
So many benefits for lemon balm.
And you could do that the same way, infuse it with like a good olive oil.
Yeah, you can also use it with you dry it out and or again, you can chop it up when it's still green. I always prefer it when it dries out naturally. There are people that do it in you know, a dehydrator, but I don't that's not drying out naturally to me.
Yeah.
It's just as easy because I've done videos on it to where you just get a twine and wrap a big bunch of it up, hang it up somewhere, and it dries out.
Would the best place to dry one out, let's say, like if you have a wood stove, to hang it close by there to dry, or not?
No, because it can catch fire.
Oh, okay.
You're drying herbs out. I mean, you can get screens and do it that way close to but with anything next to next to a wood stove, you have to be careful with it.
Okay.
I've never done the vinegar with lemon balm. I've only done olive oil and alcohol, and I do believe it has to be. I only use the 90% rum. I don't use vodka. There's a lot of people that go with the vodka, but I don't. I just don't like that type of alcohol for tinctures. There's a lot of people that do, but I rather do the rum. I think the rum is a little easier on you.
Okay.
And it's not like you're gonna use it and you're gonna get wasted off of a dropper full or something like that.
Yeah, it's concentrated at that point.
You would be surprised how much medicine and stuff that you get. Well, back in the day, NyQuil used to have like 10% alcohol in it.
Yeah, that's when it worked.
Yeah. And we went away from it because, it's horrible for kids and stuff. But I remember having a real bad fever and stuff. My grandpa would take moonshine and a bunch of herbs and garlic and onions and stuff and mix it up, and I drunk it, and the next day I was up and ready to go.
Well, now coming up where I'm at, my parents and uncles used to have something that was called rock and rye. It was for colds and stuff like that coming on.
Yeah.
The way they done it was moonshine, rock candy, and it was some other stuff that they added to it. And they let it sit for a little while. Now, it had a taste to it. Don't get me wrong, and I ain't talking about no good taste. But by God, it'll knock it out of you quick. And if you drunk too much, it would knock you out too.
Let me get this email. I don't know if this is it or not.
Suburban Hillbilly, I don't think you can find bourbon in vanilla nowadays unless it's homemade.
What? There we go.
What we gonna have to do?
Yeah, if you want me to send you if you want to join this collaboration, you're a creator and whatnot, or you're thinking about starting a channel, you've thought about it or whatnot, this would be a perfect time to join something like that, because as soon as you make your first video and we post it on the playlist or whatnot and advertise, you're gonna get views and probably a lot of subscribers from it, because there's I do believe the Vineyard Chick side, they already have like 30 people.
Oh, really?
Already, yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
And on top of it, there's $700 of prizes involved in this too.
Well, now, I mean, I ain't trying to sound funny or mean or nothing like that, but are they going to have enough seed to go around for each person that joins?
I don't know. I'm sure they will. And again, like I said, they're on their side, they're doing the vegetables, the survival vegetables, and they have 6 seeds.
Whoa.
6 seeds.
Vineyard Dad says I'm number 40.
Oh, okay. So there's 40 already. Okay. Yeah, on my side, because I think if I would do 6 or something like that, it'd be extremely hard, because some of these are really hard to grow. The lemon balm probably, and oregano the easiest. The other 2 are kind of hard to get enough to make anything from it, a tincture or whatnot.
Okay.
But Grape Jams, if you're still in here, can you post a link to the girl's video? I had it and I went and closed it, evidently. Let me find it real quick.
Vineyard Chicks done told me straight up they have enough seeds.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'll end up ordering some more. I'll see what everybody's, which one they're going for. And unfortunately, herbs are more expensive. And you wouldn't think it would be that way, but it is.
I am fixing to get into something I've never done like this. I've grown vegetables, but not on camera or anything like that. And that's going to be a challenge to me in its own.
Oh man, you're going to do awesome.
Yeah. Well, this is where my failures will come up on film. You know, and Grace Johnson done a video that makes sense. It made a lot of sense, and I liked it.
Yeah, I want to do a lot. I want to get into a lot more of that. And a lot of times I was worried of, making them because you know how YouTube is and whatnot. But like I said, just the fact that this year I've been around a ton of people. I mean, a ton, even in my own house. My son and his friend both had COVID. My youngest daughter, my granddaughter, her family, all had COVID, and I was over there, and grandkids, they're going to jump all over you and hug and kiss you and stuff like that. Well, and same thing with my older daughter. I've been around, every one of them had COVID. I didn't get it. And I know why I didn't get it. It's because the fermented garlic that I made with the honey. I went through a lot of it. I was taking that stuff every day. I was usually, if you're feeling bad, you take a spoonful of the honey part. But when you're around people that are sick, really bad sick, you take and chew on the garlic itself and a spoonful.
Well, now Grape Jams posted a link at 741.
Yeah, I know. I posted a link too.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm definitely going to look into that as well. Definitely spark my interest.
You can do both. You can do both, my side and the Vineyard Chick side, because there are some that wants to get into, the herb stuff, making your own medicines and things like that, and then there are some that wants to grow the survival seeds that they had.
Well, there's two things. Number one is I want to try some of this herbal tea that y'all talking about.
Which one?
Any of them.
Oh, there's so many.
And number two is Harvest Mary Moon wants to know, how do you ferment garlic?
I made a video. Was it last year? Yeah, last year. You basically, and when I say garlic, I don't mean go to Walmart and get the peeled garlic that's all ready to go, because majority of that comes from China, and you don't want that stuff in your system. But basically, you just get raw, unfiltered honey, put it in a jar with garlic, put a lid on it, set it in a dark place, and burp it every day for about a month. And you get in there and you move it around a little bit, and after 6 months, you can use it as a immune booster is what I did, and it's also one of the best antibiotics you can get.
So instead of an apple a day, a garlic a day will keep your doctors away. I'll be back.
That's some good stuff here. Yeah, I got about 25 garlic sprouts coming up. I want to try to plant some more.
Yeah, I planted the elephant garlic this fall. or last fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, it usually. I mean, you can get into it a little early, but I would say 6 months is a good, and it'll break down the honey to where it'll darken it up, and it's like almost like water. Which I got to make some more.
It's like your extract you're making, you got to wait a while on that.
Oh yeah.
When did you first do that? What was that, in October?
Something like that. That one, you can get, usually when you use an alcohol, it works a lot faster. So like 6 weeks
Okay.
for that. And then you strain it in cheesecloth or whatever, and then pour it in the little bottles. I've got ordered the Amazon bottles, the little dauber things.
Mm-hmm.
They're dark amber bottles, so it's good that sunlight doesn't hit that stuff.
Yeah, that's perfect. It's crazy how something as simple as vanilla only can grow in certain regions of the world like that.
Yeah. Oh, vanilla extract, that's a year waiting on that. You can get into vanilla extract before that, but it's better for it to be in a year. And that's the good thing about honey and alcohol is it's also a preservative. So it's a natural one, not like the processed stuff that you get in the stores and whatnot.
Oh yeah. Always try to get local if you can.
Oh yeah.
Luckily, we still got a couple good sources here, but there used to be more of them, but unfortunately not.
Yeah. And here, let me go and cut this thing off right here real quick so I can go over the seeds again. I have to turn my green screen off. We got the feverfew. You can see the little flowers it puts out. And yeah, that's the company right there that I'm going with. We're trying to get them to sponsor. Oregano, which again, oregano, you can use it for a spice, but
Mm-hmm.
it has ton more benefits for it. And hyssop, and this actually comes from the Bible. It's a good cleanser. And then we got the lemon balm. So basically, you just email me your channel and all that information and what seeds of these you want, and then like when you do your entry video and stuff, make sure you send me a link so I can add it to the playlist and whatnot. And then any other videos that you make in between there too, which will be good. And then the last one of the finished product, I guess you could say, you make a video of that, and the last video will be in the playlist too. So the first video and the last video will be in the playlist. But you can, like I said, you can make a bunch of other videos in between, so you can show people how the plant's doing throughout the season.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Okie dokie.
Yes, I'll be making a video like I said, I wanted to put the video out the same time the Vineyard Chicks put their video out, but I was waiting for the seeds because I wasn't quite sure which seeds I was going to use for this. But probably tomorrow or the next day, I'll put out a video on how to do it and where to email and the seeds and all that stuff. Hey, Growing with Hudson, how you doing?
These are all something that, of course, well, like the lemon balm, it's kind of like, man, it's going to take over. But all these could be planted in ground raised beds or buckets.
Yeah. Like my lemon balm, I got this tub from the dollar store. It was a pretty good sized tub. I filled it with, dirt, and I just sprinkled the seeds in there, covered them up, and it went poof, it went nuts. It's like 2 feet tall. It actually grew through the bottom of the pot, so it's in the ground. I can't move it, so it's been stuck in that same spot, but it's contained in that area.
Yeah.
But I've done so much. I've had, and that's, I use it in my tea. I've used it as I've made a tincture from it, which I have to make another one because I'm already out of that one. But yeah, lemon balm is probably the easiest thing to grow because it's basically, these are all weeds. Even oregano, it's a weed. We just use it as an herb, or and spices and stuff. All this stuff is basically weeds. You could say the same thing with a lot of the vegetables and stuff. Even though a lot of it has been, because if you go back to when the Pilgrims came over and whatnot, and seen the corn, it wasn't giant ears of corn like this. It was piddly looking little stubs, but that's what it was. And throughout the years, we've changed how a lot of the seeds produce the vegetable.
Oh yeah.
Same thing with tomatoes and all that stuff. But all of it was just it's plants that God made, and a lot of people, and there's tons of weeds out there that have benefits and whatnot.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I'm pretty sure Vineyard Chicks has got some of the best fertilizer around for growing stuff. With all them cows that they got out there, and the chickens.
I'm surprised they don't have any rabbits.
They probably got some running across the field, but just can't make it past the frying pan.
But if you're already a creator, or you're thinking about it, and that would be a perfect time to get into this, because you could grow your channel.
Yeah.
I mean, Vineyard Chicks already have 40 people involved in this, and and that's the good thing about these collabs, because when you go to the playlist, 90% of the time, you're going to go look at your video on the playlist, and then you're going to go look at the other person, see how they're growing the same thing that you're growing.
Yep.
And that's more views, more subs that people are going to, and you can connect with other people and leave comments and say, "Oh, I love how you did that. I do it this way," and
Yeah.
and that's how you learn stuff.
Yep. Learn and grow.
Well,
And
truthfully, that's the best way anybody can, is get up on YouTube and watch videos like this, because somebody may be doing it one way that you're not doing it and having better success at it.
yeah, the heat is everybody thinks the wintertime is the bad thing about rabbits. Rabbits are fine in the winter. It don't bother them much because they have really nice fur coats on and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you keep them hydrated, because when they eat, when they digest the food, and they digest quite fast, it warms them up. And I'm talking about rabbits, by the way. Yeah. Jesse and Lisa are hosting the giveaway for both channels too.
Awesome.
Yeah. And on top of it, like the Vineyard Chicks on Sunday at 6:00, they will be having people from the community or the collaboration up on their channel. And will Jesse and Lisa be doing the same thing, having people up from the community or the collaboration? And also, I'll be doing the same thing. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it the first hour or the second hour. Probably the second hour or something. I don't know. On Mondays, so that people who are doing it, I'll have them up and seeing how they are growing the herbs or whatnot, or how they're getting along with it, and how they're planting them and their plans and all that stuff.
It's one of the great tools that we have, the internet, to use it in this way. Like you
Yeah.
said, the pilgrims coming over. I mean, we can go on the internet and watch a few videos, and it pretty much eliminates a lot of trial and error. You're
Yeah.
still going to have some, but it's good to have stuff like this.
Oh, guess what book I ordered today, Jeff?
I bet it was a cookbook.
Yep. The Black Hills one.
Yeah, True Grit.
Yeah.
Oh man, I bet it's got some good recipes.
Hey, hillbilly recipes. Come on, mountain recipes.
Well, it's the old ones, and there's another book I'm going to get from the same website. It's the Pioneer Day recipes and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And she said her cornbread turned out really good.
I love a good
Yeah,
cornbread.
I started watching that, but I never finished that video.
Oh, you never finished it?
No, not the one I was telling you about today. But now I did see yesterday, was it when you interviewed them? I saw that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she said her cornbread turned out good, but she didn't think that her oven was putting out the heat it's supposed to.
Yeah. And the way she did this one, she did it in 2 pans.
Really?
And it was quite thin, but In between, she put butter in between it, and then put the other slab of cornbread on top of it, and she was just munching away on that.
Hey, and ain't nothing wrong with that. A good piece of cornbread with slathered in butter. Where you
Yeah.
go, where you gonna go wrong at?
And you know when your kid asks for cornbread
Oh
for their
yeah,
birthday.
yeah, that and dirt cake.
Yeah, but it's yeah. I think I would use Nutty Buddies instead of Oreos because I don't like Oreos.
Okay.
That'd be good.
Oreos are it's like eating a fake piece of cardboard trying to be chocolate. I never was an Oreo eater.
Well, now
Me
Dixie,
neither, really.
she made a dirt cake years ago. Yeah, I'll take mine now. And I mean, it was good. You know, what, about 10 years ago. And then it got to the point that it started costing too much to make. And I really don't think she's made 1 cent since.
Yeah, I must say, and
Right.
I don't know if this is because Jeff is up north, you know, and everything.
Yeah.
The southern people know how to make biscuits and gravy.
Oh yeah.
But no, don't
You get it up here, and unless I make it myself, there is no good biscuits and gravy up here. I mean, I've been to some restaurants that, we got the best biscuits, and I'm like, no, you don't.
Yeah.
I have been to some restaurants to say that about something. I'll take a bite of it, and I want so bad to ask that waitress, does that cook want me to come back there and show them how to cook something?
I don't even need to take a bite to know if the biscuits and gravy is going to be good or not. I can just look at it.
Oh yeah, yeah. And it's, and I'm not going to say it's easy, but it kind of is. I mean, the biscuit part it probably the hardest. The gravy part is pretty much easy. It's just, you know, you fry up the sausage and then flour.
Yeah.
Well, now making the gravy for the first 20, 30 times, it ain't none of them gonna turn out, I mean, the same way, period.
Oh yeah.
You got to keep making it in order for it to get good.
And the secret of it is you got to cook the flour, because if not, you get a flour taste in the gravy.
Yeah, you'll know it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Please don't have any lumps unless it's sausage.
Oh yeah.
Now when you are cooking the flour down, just make sure the flour is kind of like a golden brown.
Yeah, any more than that, and you get the burnt taste of the flour.
Yeah.
And what Robert says is buttermilk does make the biscuit. I can't stand buttermilk to drink it, but I can put it. I can cook with it. I can, you know, how you soak the chicken in it. That's fine.
It makes a difference.
But I can't drink the stuff because it's gross.
My problem is, if I was to buy buttermilk today and going to make biscuits in the morning, would I have enough buttermilk left? Now I go through about as much buttermilk as I do tea.
You can watch True Grit. She has quite a bit of videos on it.
Yeah, she does.
Like I was saying on the interview, that she was at that festival or whatever was going on. She was out there for the whole day making biscuits, one batch after the other.
Hold on
And
a minute.
it was cool because you got two versions of how they made it. I believe it was her sister-in-law was making them a totally different way, somewhat the same. One waddled it up in a ball and then squished it into a disc. The other one just squished it down. It's all a preference.
Now,
Cool.
let me say something right quick. These are not homemade biscuits, but they're going to be you won't be able to tell the difference. This right here, and you look at it, Southern complete biscuit mix, Formula L. Make sure it's got Formula L in it.
What's the L stand for?
Lickable.
I like it.
But
it's love in a bag.
Yeah.
But all you got to do is add milk or buttermilk to it. And mix it up like that. You're not going to taste no difference between biscuits made with this or homemade biscuits.
Really?
Yeah.
I would say, because like I said,
I'll buy it. I've seen that brand.
They probably don't have it up here. And one thing I can say about True Grit,
she makes hers homemade.
She makes her own lard, and lard does wonders for that.
That makes
That's
a
the
difference.
same thing with the cornbread. She used her own lard to put in them cast, and that's another thing. I think cast iron skillets does wonders for making biscuits and gravy.
Oh yeah.
Now, let me say,
make some good cornbread in it too.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. I make biscuits made with and without lard. Okay. And made with lard, that's like Granny used to make. Plain and simple.
Yeah, I've had it with the butter. Butter's good, but it's a different texture.
Yeah. You know, and it seems like the biscuits last longer with the lard than with any other type of
Yeah, that's true.
It's natural.
Yeah.
Shoot, yeah. I want some good biscuits.
Hey, what? I know you were a single man. I know you know how to cook. There you go.
Yep. It's the only problem. If I think about it, I got to do it myself. It's the only setback. But yeah, can't beat some good biscuits and gravy though.
Now, I went and bought a pound of sausage the other day from the grocery store. And I cooked about 4 decent sized biscuit sized patties out of it. All right. That was the worst damn sausage. I swear up and down it was on the verge of going to the bad. I mean, it made my gravy turn out bad too.
Oh, yeah. Though I do have this. It's a cast iron baking dish, and it has little corn cobs.
Yep.
And those are the best thing to make cornbread with. That you want to dip into chili.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Things they're hard to find now.
Yeah.
cornbread and milk or cornbread and buttermilk.
Oh,
You
yeah.
cannot do better
I
than
used to
that.
eat cornbread and milk as a kid.
Yeah, I do the milk, not buttermilk.
Cornbread and milk is like a delicacy. You know, it's like a sausage, biscuit, and gravy.
Like after dinner, if I wanted a snack and my mom had to make cornbread, I'd get some cornbread and milk.
Yep.
Yeah, my dad used to tell me for breakfast before they went to school, which was homemade bread. They and it was better when it was stale bread, day old bread or something. They'd slice it, a big thick chunk of it, and they would pour coffee over top of it and sprinkle sugar on it, and that was their breakfast.
Huh. That'll get you going.
Oh yeah.
One way or another, it'll get you going to work, get you going to the outhouse.
Yeah, I actually seen a picture of my dad when he was like 14 or 15 years old and was sitting over pouring, and you could see the old uh, coffee pot. It was the um, the they're like blue and white spots in them, porcelain, the coated porcelain thing, coffee pots.
Yeah.
Pretty good size, and it had a little thing for the grind, the coffee in it, and it just pour. He was sitting there pouring it over top his bread. Oh, he's like, why was you pouring coffee on your bread? He's that's what we had for breakfast back then. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely in a pinch for sure.
Yeah, it wasn't like every day that people would have biscuits and gravy or fancy eggs and bacon or sausage and stuff like that.
Man. Like when my grandma used to tell me when they'd go into town once a week, and if they was able to get a Coca-Cola, that was a real treat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And that's like True Grit was saying, we don't have this all the time. She was, and even her son, they were breaking up the Oreos and said they got so expensive, and he said they got smaller too. It's pretty bad when a little kid notices that Oreos are getting smaller instead of,
Yeah, really. Well, now,
I mean, Jeff, you remember back in the day, our candy bars were huge.
Man,
Now they're like the little bite size, the mini.
A candy bar back then was about 12 inches long instead of 4.
Yeah.
And thick too.
Shrink the candy and go up on prices.
Okay, I have no idea what the heck you guys are talking about, but yeah, you probably don't want to poop in your hand.
No. Definitely not.
Was that before or after you cook supper? Bushcraft, how many times have you sat down and ate a bowl of cereal with water?
I was never much of a cereal eater.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, I used to, coming up, that's how we ate cereal, was either with water or canned milk. That was it.
Yeah, I've had that evaporated milk over bread. Ate that for breakfast.
Well, now, canned milk will give it a whole new taste.
Well, it depends what the sweetened or non-sweetened.
Yeah.
Because that sweetened milk, canned milk, it's
Yeah.
really sweet.
Condensed milk.
Tell me about it.
You can actually make caramel with that stuff.
Oh yeah, and if you leave it sitting in there long enough, it turns to caramel.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it was my grandpa or not, but somebody opened the can up and put it on the fire, and we were having something, and he poured it after it got cooked. He got two sticks and held it up there and poured caramel all over everybody's dish. I forget what it was, but I was like, "How did you do this?"
Now, my daughter-in-law, we was up here making ice cream, and she needed some caramel. We didn't have none, so she got a can of sweetened condensed milk. You know, poured in a glass, stuck it in the microwave, and when she pulled it out, it was a glass of caramel.
Yeah. Oh, I can't stand powdered milk. Ugh.
I used to drink
I
that
ate so
too.
much caramel as a kid. I really don't care for it now.
Yeah, I was forced to. I'd had some. There's some wicked stepmom stories I could tell you about that, and that's the reason I like lima beans. I won't eat lima beans, liver. That's two things because I was forced to eat that stuff.
Mm.
And I don't mean you eat it or you don't eat. I mean forced.
Well, now when I was
And to this day,
growing
I
up,
will not touch. I can't. Nope.
now when I was coming up, Mama would set something down in front of us. You know, try it, just see if you like it. And if we didn't like it, she wouldn't cook it no more, or she wouldn't make us eat it. Now,
Oh,
Brussels,
yeah. That's a big difference from
yeah, it is.
somebody sitting on your chest and sticking a hot metal spoonful full of lima beans down your throat, trying to force you to eat it, type thing.
Yeah. You don't want to ever see them again.
Nope.
I never ran across nothing I didn't really care for that I can think of.
Yeah, because I've tried, pig brain and Just Favorite
Chitlins.
chitlins. Yeah.
You
Although
would
I
have to
think
bring
somebody
that up.
gave him some dirty chitlins.
You would have to bring that up while I'm sitting here eating spaghetti. wouldn't you? Now, I will tell you this. Mama, she used to cook Brussels sprouts. All right. Man, what the sauce that she made to go over, that was the best Brussels sprouts I ever tasted. I cannot eat Brussels sprouts today. I've tried.
Yeah, I don't understand how you like cabbage, but you don't like Brussels sprouts. It's basically the same thing. Maybe it's
got a different taste to it.
well.
I never had them as a kid, but I like them as an adult.
Yeah, you got to get them fresh. I mean, not out of the freezer or a can.
Well, I'll tell you something else. All right. and this is going to sound
Hey,
weird.
Carol Z.
Only in the last 3 or 4 years did I really started liking cornbread. All right, but
Whoa.
I would tear up some hush puppies in a heartbeat, but I wouldn't eat cornbread.
Oh, hush puppies got crab meat in them, don't they? I should say good hush puppies.
I guess you could. You could make them that. I never put crab in mine.
No.
Oh, and this was in Florida that I had these, and I think it was the same place that sold the gator bites.
Those are good.
Oh,
I love. Mm. Yeah, they got a couple of markets that sell it around here, but I
Yeah.
hadn't had none since I went to Florida. Yeah. Oh, I love them. Yeah. The sprouts of the Brussels.
Yeah. Even frying them up with some bacon and you split them in half and fry. Oh,
Shoot, yeah.
you get that caramelization on that
Mhm.
Brussels sprout. Oh, good stuff.
That never grew Brussels sprouts. I might look into that. I love them.
Yeah, we got on the food subject again.
Well, what happens when you plant seeds, you know? You gotta eat.
Yeah.
Seafood stuff, potato, crab meat, shrimp. Would you call a baked potato a loaded? We talked about this earlier today. In Italian, would you call a baked potato an Italian taco?
Why?
Never mind. It was a bunch of stuff that we were saying just to be funny.
Oh, I was gonna say, I don't know why you would call it a taco. I mean, you could put taco stuff in it, but I still wouldn't call it a taco. Because to me, a taco is a corn tortilla.
I said in Italian style taco.
Oh, well, still.
Bushcraft, quit getting technical up
there. One thing I did with, and I should have made a video because, well, I don't know. Vineyard Dad probably knows what this is in grape jams. You get you some really ripe tomatoes, and you make you you put olive oil on them and you slice them really thick, and you dab them in some cornmeal stuff and bake them in the oven, and you put some marinara over it. Oh, that's some good stuff.
Shoot you. Put a little fresh mozz on top. Oh man.
Well, you put
It sounds almost like fried green tomatoes a little bit. I said almost. Don't get technical.
Kind of, but it's with ripe tomatoes.
Yeah.
And they have a name for it. I can't remember what the name for. And a lot of this stuff, when I lived up in New York, I helped the lady across the street. She had a Italian restaurant, and I had never been in there before that. And I helped her across the street with the groceries, and she made me stay for lunch. and not the stuff that they cooked in the
public.
restaurant, but this was what they ate as a family. And oh man, they would almost needed to wheelbarrow me across the road to go back to work.
Oh, good.
Oh man, I was so stuffed. Oh,
And it
but half the
tastes
stuff I didn't know what it was, but it was some of the best stuff you ever eat. And this was like that one lady that I showed on 101's I forget what her name is now.
Nana Pia.
Yeah, that's it. She had been cooking when she was like 10 years old, and
Oh, yeah.
she doesn't use no measurements or anything. Her favorite is, she don't use spoons. She uses her hands to make bread and pizza and
Yep.
stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
and you can tell the difference when she cooks. She cooks in huge pots, and when it's time to eat, you eat.
oh, yeah.
Well, see, that's the way families used to eat back in the day. All right. It ain't like this. You go to a fancy restaurant and a slab of meat's about the size of your fingernail. You let me go to a restaurant and order something like that, and they bring me a slab of meat the size of my fingernail, I will end up getting thrown out of that restaurant.
Have you ever ate where they have like a 12-course meal?
12 course? No.
Yeah, they come out. The first thing is like in a little cup, and that's your soup, and they keep bringing things out, and it's real little, and you have to and if it tastes real good, you don't get to have any more. You have to wait for the next course to come out, and it's like most of the time it's just one spoonful of something, and I'm like, no, I can't do this. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
No.
I know what you're talking about, but yeah.
I call that a sampler.
Well, it's that's what it pretty much is. It's supposed to fill you up by the time you get to the dessert.
Yeah.
Dude,
It's like an entire dish in one spoonful.
Yeah, and the thing is, one course they'll bring out something, and the next course will be something to cleanse your palate, which is your tongue.
Yeah.
Right.
And then the next one will be so it'll be a new thing.
Mm.
No, if that's what you call a 12-course dinner, show me the closest Shoney's. Or better yet, show me what a Waffle House is.
Shoot, they just
Waffle House?
Dude, I have not ate at a Waffle House in over 30 years.
you ain't missed much.
Yeah.
They ain't changed nothing.
You mean they still got? Never mind. I can't go there with you right now.
It's everything you think it could be.
Yeah, we have to blame it on Lake because she brought up the cooking stuff.
But yeah, when people had those big Sunday dinners, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I miss them days with a passion.
Yeah,
And
people don't know what that is nowadays. I mean,
No.
the younger ones. Coming home from church, and because it wasn't breakfast before you went to church. When you got back, it was a big old meal of a breakfast.
Dude, the only thing I have seen this day and time that comes close to a sorry, A true Sunday dinner or a family reunion is a black person's cookout barbecue.
Well, when I went, and this was in Phoenix, when I went to one. Well, I did one. I did go to, and it wasn't so much a reunion. It was I think it was just somebody's birthday. I still don't know whose birthday it was. And I was the only white person there, but not one person ever said anything to me or anything, you know.
Look,
Like, why is a
it's
white
like
guy
this.
here or anything like that? No, I was like a part of the family because my friend invited me.
Invited you.
Yeah, and they did have bets if I would show up or not. And this was the one that was in Alabama. The one in Phoenix was a bit different. But like I said, and I was wondering why when I showed up, when everybody was they were giving money back and forth. I'm like, what? What's going on? And he told me, he said they were betting to see if you would show up because they figured you'd be too scared. I said, scared of what? Because I thought there was something else going on. And he said, because you're white and we're black. I said, oh, I don't care. And that's another time I sat there and I didn't fix a plate. It was dropped in front of me and I had to eat.
And best not turn it down either.
That's why I don't mind being the oddball. You get dibs on all the good eats.
Oh yeah.
Good looking.
Shit, yeah.
My bad.
And they had paper plates, but they had these big paper plates with little holders underneath of them, so it wouldn't topple over.
Or fold up on you.
Yeah, because they would load. Oh man, that's good eating though.
If it was in Alabama, yeah, I know it was some good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, yeah.
Lake, we used to call them pagers when they first come out.
Paging Dr. Jeffers. Paging Dr. Jeffers.
But, I mean,
now Amish do the same thing though. They're more, you know, there's not talking or anything, and that's it. That was very weird for me. Sitting down and nobody was talking.
really?
He was eating, and I'm like, I'm waiting for somebody to start up a conversation here.
Yeah.
I keep pausing to wait, see if somebody's going to talk. But that's good food too.
Shoot, yeah.
I cannot recall eating true Amish food.
Well, this was outside because I went over and helped with moving of a barn. And yes, we moved a barn.
Yeah, it wasn't no 3 or 4 that moved it. It was about a couple of hundred.
Oh, it was quite a few people, and they had a bunch of tables all lined up, and I was a weird oddball of the whole bunch because everybody had, you know, the same outfits on, the homemade stuff.
Did you have your beard then?
No. I actually had long hair too, which is a bad thing too for Amish. Well, those types. But like I said, you get in good with some of them Amish. Oh, like I would take them to the store because they couldn't drive or anything like that. The next day I'd go to get out my door and there was food and jellies and jams and all kinds of stuff. And then the next day I'd have it back again, and there was cheese and all kinds of stuff. And I was telling them, you don't have to give me all this stuff. I was happy to help out. And they would, if they needed help with something, extra manpower or something, he would ride over in his little buggy and ask me if I would come over and give him a hand. I said, yeah.
That's how the Mennonites are down here. There's a big Mennonite community.
There you go. Well, see, where I'm at right now, there is no Amish and there is no Mennonite community. I'll put it like that. And I have been to a Mennonite store, but it's about 2.5 hours from where I live now. Now, mind you, it's a little bit more expensive than a store, but when you walk in there and whatever you get, it's true. Let's say flour. That's true flour.
Yep.
You can smell it when you walk in there.
Yeah, you can.
It smells fresh.
Yeah, well, I've seen them grind that stuff up on and it's not motorized. It's with a donkey or a horse running around in a circle.
Okay. It's got the I can't think of the name of the stone, but they're using the stone
The
to
grist.
grind it up.
Yeah.
Grist stone.
Yes. That's like Jethro. That's what he refurbishes.
Yeah, I watched that last video he was doing and explaining to the guy about every little parts and stuff that his grandfather didn't teach him. He taught him a little bit, but not the ins and outs of the machine.
Now, the last one I've seen is where he redone one.
Well, he's still working on that one.
Is he?
Yeah, but the last one that he went over to a guy that his dad had been doing, or his grandfather had been doing this for years and years.
Right.
And he was in the paper in the 1940s or something like that. His grandfather explaining how they grind and everything.
Well, now I noticed he's put out a new one either yesterday or early this morning also.
No, I haven't seen that one. I just seen the one a couple days ago where he went over to that building, and this other guy, and they broke the machine down, or the grinder down, or the mill, or whatever you want to call it. And
That may be the same one I'm talking about then.
yeah, there's a guy with him, and
yeah, on the thumbnail.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
he's in the video too. That's his grandfather's mill, where he
Okay.
milled all that stuff, and
Then,
it also, and because they broke it all down and cleaned it all out and whatnot, and you see the part where they cover over the hole where the grain comes out, and he says that's nothing you want is to start grinding and you find out you got critters up in there.
Exactly.
well, it makes a lot of sense, don't it? It's like, no, I don't even want to go there.
Definitely good if you had the space where you could grow like some type of weed or corn.
Corn, yeah.
I don't know what the acreage, how much acreage can produce up to, I don't know how many pounds of flour.
That's what I was going to ask next. How many acres would you have to get, let's say,
To sustain a family for a year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wheat would be a lot more than a corn.
Yeah.
The only problem with corn is
It's thirsty.
nitrogen. It sucks it out of the ground. It kills the ground basically.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times that's why you'll see the cover crops.
Yeah.
It's there for, they do cover. It's not that they want a new thing. It's to repair the soil.
Right.
Yeah. They do that down here with the corn and the peanuts and the stuff like that.
Okay,
Cotton.
I'm getting I'm questioning chat again when I read. I just read this out of nowhere. A dress beats overstretched yoga pants.
So it depends on the occasion.
No, it don't neither.
All right, never mind. Scratch that idea.
Yoga pants never lie.
Or like the kind of corn that old buddy was showing that he was growing. I forget the particular type. Yeah, if you had the space to grow some corn.
Yeah,
Now,
that's what I was talking to Andy. Well, True Grit.
yeah,
He was talking about the corn, and he said he could do a live just to him talking about his corn.
I believe it.
And when I brought up about my grandpa's corn, he gave a bag of the seeds to my dad. Oh, I wish I could have that bag of seeds, because
Right.
that's gone. It'll never be here anymore. It was his own variety of corn. I don't know how he did it or what, but he grew the same corn, and he would have one section of the field would just be for seeds for the next year. And that's how they did it.
Yeah,
Because they didn't go to the store and order more seeds.
No.
Not way back then. So
now,
they grew what they're going to have for that year, and then they grew seeds, a section for seeds.
now, question, and I may need to ask Andy on this one. The corn that you grow, and I'm talking about eating corn, because they got field corn that they give to the cows and everything.
Well, you can field corn if you get it early enough. You can eat it.
You can.
Yeah, but you have to get it early. If not, it's horrible tasting stuff.
Man, you ain't kidding either.
Hey, zombie.
And you can't cook it.
You can cook it, but it doesn't taste any good. It's tough, and it's yeah.
But anyway, the question was, can you take an ear of corn, pull the seeds off of it, and grow next year's crop with that?
Depends where you get the corn from.
Okay.
You don't want to go to Walmart and get an ear of corn and then dry it out, and then because it's some GMO crap that you don't want to.
Well,
Get to a good source.
Let's talk a farmer's market. Okay, if you go up there, and I'm talking a bushel of corn on the, like that, can you take about 3 or 4 of those ears, dried out, and replant the corn the following season?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, something that's not genetically modified, which you could, but you don't want to. You want stuff that and that's the thing. Like he was saying, you don't want something that's been modified to. And they say it's so it doesn't get diseases, or it doesn't do this or doesn't do that, but it's Yeah, you don't want that stuff. You want something that you've been growing, and the like you've seen where they dry their corn out, and whenever it's
Right.
time for them to get more to make more cornbread or something, they go out and shuck it and whatnot and bring it back in the house.
Each
And,
year it gets the DNA of your area and your soil and makes it better and better.
oh yeah, and like he's saying, he's making his own kind. He's having two different kinds of corn, and he explained one of them was short, and the kernels were really fat, and the other one was
Yeah.
long and red, and he combined them together to make them what he has now.
Like speckled corn, kind of.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. I think one of them was a real dark ruby red. Now, I may be wrong with the color. That's what it looked like on camera.
And you even have some varieties that are just good for making popcorn, popping corn.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then, like I said, when I was talking about my grandpa and them seeds, that's when he brought up that his mom has seed, a decoration of the corn cobs from his grandfather that he had made, but he doesn't want to mess it up and then it not grow.
Yeah.
I would have to,
Take the
accidentally
chance.
get a few kernels and try it.
Man, if it would grow, that'd be some good corn.
Yep.
Well, evidently, 101 still got his job.
Oh, he's going live tomorrow.
I think so, because he ain't got nothing for tonight. Either
Yeah,
that-
he usually doesn't go live Mondays unless something pops up.
Right. But he said, what was it? Last night it was that he goes live tonight. That means he don't have a job.
Maybe he had good business communication day.
In other words, they gonna wait till tomorrow, huh?
That's horrible. Like, you need to stop getting jokes from Bigfoot.
I see you. Oh, that's
Oh, you get really.
Oh yeah. Oh, mixing street corn. Oh man.
oh, I love it.
that stuff.
That's something, to my knowledge, I've not had.
Oh, that's good stuff. Once
I
you
think you
have it,
probably like it.
yeah.
I mean, what do? Just go up to a cart and say you want some street corn or Mexican street corn, or is there another name?
I don't even know if you'd have it in
You
your
can
area.
say, I think it's elote. Elote. That's another way of saying it. But something like that, by the time you get up there, you'll know they got it. They're going to advertise it.
Oh yeah.
They're going to have a picture of it and everything.
Yeah, the best one is when the husk is pulled down, and that's your handle.
Yeah. I want a old school machine. I cannot think the name of it. You throw a ear of corn in there and it separates the corn from the cob.
Yeah, are you talking about fresh
Andy,
corn or the
dried out corn.
okay. Well, that video they show that.
Yeah, he's got one like at one of his videos. Andy does.
Yeah, it was at no, I mean Jethro guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when he went to that guy's house.
Yeah.
they went out in the barn to get the adapter to run to hook the tractor up to it.
Okay.
They were showing, and there was the hand crank one with the big old handle, and
Yeah.
you stuck one end in the top piece, and it would take the kernels off, and then you would feed it through, and corn kernels would pop out the other end.
Yeah.
Can you imagine getting your arm stuck in one of them things?
Oh,
If you had a bunch of it, that'd be the way to go.
Yeah, it would. But I have seen that in videos when they're doing the whole cob like it. It seems like corn is going everywhere except for where it really is supposed to go.
well, there's a lot of stuff that comes off of there that you don't want where it's supposed to go.
Like,
you know, parts of the husk and the dried up silk and stuff.
Right.
Make some tamales.
I've never had one of them either.
Tamales is good.
Wait a minute, ain't you done with the corn husk or what?
Yeah, in the meal.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're steamed in it in the husk. The miso, is it? No, it's not miso.
Man, they're good.
Miso or something like that. It's the fine corn.
Miso is kind of like a flour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mesa
mesa. Yeah.
or maza.
Yeah,
Something like
maza. That's
Maza.
it. Miso is that Japanese stuff.
Yeah.
Well, then why is that miso, if it's Japanese, why is it in the Hispanic aisle?
Huh?
It's a international spice aisle.
No, the miso is a Japanese broth thing for the noodles.
Well, I've seen bags of flour that said miso in the Hispanic aisle.
No, that's the meso.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mesa.
That's what you make like tortillas and tacos with.
Grace said.
That's why I said the miso is the Japanese. The other one is, well, Indians used to use it too for fry bread and stuff.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I got 3 or 4 different recipes on fried bread. Navajo fried bread.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet that's good. I love fresh bread. I got a weakness.
This right here, a friend of ours used to make it a lot. And dude, that was some of the best fried bread I think I've ever ate. Damn, that looks bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't go buy no loaf. You was making your own loaf.
Oh, that doesn't look good.
Yeah, that's what it is. Fermented soybean paste.
Oh, life with Bobby wanting to be funny tonight.
Yeah, I get a kick out of my. Oh, how did my daughter used to say it? She would call it a mole or something like that. She would see it on in that the Spanish section and say, "Ooh, who would eat a mole? Why is there mole in there?" Like, that's mole.
Yeah.
I was like, it's actually pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one good thing about growing different herbs and stuff like that is gotta have some seasoning.
Oh yeah. If you ain't got no seasoning, you might as well just throw the food out the door.
There's a lot of things you can grow yourself to definitely enhance it. Keep you from having to go to the store for one less thing.
Yeah.
most.
And I had a lot of, because I didn't plant as much herbs in my herb bed last year, but I had a lot that came back up. Like my garlic chives. Oh man, I had so many of those.
Mm. Bet those are good.
Oh yeah. I mean,
I want some garlic like Lake showed us today. Them things are about baseball size.
oh, elephant ones.
I don't know what. I would like to have some.
Yeah, that's the ones I got get huge. Elephant garlic.
Nice.
Yeah. And
You know,
Oh.
ever since
what's the little thing on the top of the garlic that you can eat up? It's really good too. I can't remember what they call
Greens.
it. No, it's a little growth that grows on it.
Oh, the little swirl. It curls up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shoots. I think we call them garlic shoots or something.
Yeah. I can't
got a-
remember the
They
term
got a
for it.
technical name. Yeah. Yeah, they're real good.
Yeah.
They'll just keep growing back on you, and you can just trim them up if you ever want to add a little garlic flavor
Yeah.
to anything.
There you go.
garlic scalp.
Escapes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Escapes. Yeah.
that's it.
Those are
Escape
good.
my memory.
But one of the good things is cutting the top off of the garlic.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
And
Wait a
put olive oil on there, a little salt, pepper, and then bake it in the
Shoot,
oven until, and then you
Vineyard-
squeeze
Vineyard
that out.
Dead.
Your mashed potatoes. Oh, best potatoes ever.
Best.
Vineyard Dead and Bigfoot's been hanging around too much. Where'd it go? But on Easter, it's holy moly.
I can't wait to get some of that garlic I grew and do what you said, roast it.
Oh yeah.
That's good on anything, bread, meat.
Now I haven't been paying attention. It is time for us to head over to the vineyard checks.
Oh, yes, it is, isn't it?
Yeah. I'll go ahead and put their link in real quick. Now, I'll do one more plug, and I should have the video out tomorrow or the next day. If anybody wants to get on this collaboration, be it Vineyard Chicks or on the herb side, on my side, which you guys will all be in the same playlist on my channel and on Vineyard Chicks. Now I'm not sure Jesse and them they're going to put their they're going to have a playlist too. But like I said, you'll be on both of our playlists. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun this year. And like the girl said, there's no rules except, make the video, the first video, and then you can make as many videos you want as long as you make a last one. You have a first one and a last one that will be in the playlist on our channels.
Well, I think I'm locked in on their side. Go ahead and lock me in on your side.
Okay. Well, send me an email just so I have it, and which of the seeds you want.
All right.
Yeah, just Mr. Bushcrafty at gmail.com. Just send it to that one because he doesn't get very much email, so it'll be easy to check that one.
I can remember that.
I've actually had people email me about doing collaborations with music artists and stuff. I'm like, I only made a couple videos about that Oliver guy, and now I can't make those videos because I got in trouble with YouTube.
Really?
Yeah, because he signed a contract.
Okay.
Yeah, which I'm all for him doing that. I'm not saying that's
Yeah.
bad or anything, but yeah.
Well, to my knowledge, he is the only guy who's gone from, let's say, a nobody to a somebody without no, what do you call them, producers or something
Backing.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he kind of did, and he dropped them real quick when he found out what they were charging people to get into his concerts and stuff.
Don't blame him.
But anyways, make sure everybody heads over. I'll drop the link one more time. Oh, hey, there we go. How's it going? Good to see you.
Hey.
Yeah, Derek is the boy that plays the banjo that I posted on my community tab a few times.
Oh, wow.
He's very, very talented, and I want to get you up here on a live one day with your son. That would be awesome.
Yeah, it would.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyways, make sure everybody heads over to the Vineyard Chicks. They got live music and all that fun stuff. And they're probably already going. I don't hear Dixie listening to them in the background yet.
No, she's just got through washing dishes and she's heading yonder way. That's all I can say.
Okay, we will see you Wednesday.
Yeah.
Over at Jeff's if everything's going good.
Yeah.
Until next time, catch you guys later.
See ya.